19. He is now on the COVID reserve list. What is it looking like in the league, really, the landscape between now and game time on Sunday?
Well, the NFL has a decision to make regarding the Baltimore Ravens versus Steelers game that is slated to be on Sunday. Remember, of course, it was supposed to be last night in prime time due to a several positive tests for the Baltimore Ravens. Coming into yesterday, eight players and several other staff members tested positive for COVID-19. And now going to get more information this morning on more positive tests for Baltimore, including Lamar Jackson, the star quarterback, MVP, did in fact test positive for COVID-19. We'll see what other players also tested positive and how many other cases there are. Those numbers are still coming in. What the NFL had wanted to do, Kay, by moving the game from Thursday to Sunday was try to get a handle on the close contacts of the players who had previously tested positive and just continue to give it some time to basically let the virus manifest and make sure they had all the positive tests that were going to occur. We will see if they have enough information now to let everyone know if this game is going to be played on Sunday. What we know, Lamar Jackson is not going to be playing. Trace McSorley, the backup or the third-string quarterback, he's also on the COVID-19 reserve list. It is just going to be RG3 back in the saddle now for the Ravens. They also, if this game is played on Sunday, not going to have their top two centers. It is a tall task, but the league has asked several teams, to play very shorthanded. We will see if the Ravens are safe enough to play on Sunday night. That decision could come today.
San Francisco, that team that everybody's pointing to that had to play, yes, is down to RG3 and a practice squad player named Tyler Huntley at quarterback. Thanks so much, Ian. Talk to you in a bit. So much to get to on Good Morning Football. Our pigskin picks of the week, more highlights from last night. And Nate, we have a Burleson.
Yeah, we have a Burleson. I'm going to tell you why. Welcome back to Good Morning Football. It is time for the Burleson. I usually do this on Thursday, but since the Pittsburgh Ravens game was moved, I moved it to Friday. All right, so here we go. The Steelers, they're balling out. We know this. They're 10-0, and yeah, we can give credit to the offense, but in large part it's because of that #1 defense. And I'm going to show you why they have not one, but two candidates for Defensive Player of the Year. That's right, T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick. So let's check out this film, and I'm going to break it down and show you why these guys are not good, but these guys are great. All right, let's jump right into this. Okay, so the first play, you're going to look at T.J. Watt on the bottom, and you're going to see the tackle try to stop him. And then the running back also help out. Just watch the physicality. Okay, he engages, and then basically bull rushes with a swim to get to the QB. Now let's check out the other angle of this. All right, T.J. Watt, bull rush, basically throwing them out of the way, but still, watch the intelligence. He knows he can't get to the quarterback, so he gets his hand out there, those long mitts to the ball, and almost gets it out. Just think about that football IQ for a second. He already beats two guys, and he says, okay, if I take two more steps, Tannehill might get this ball out. But if I extend my arm, I can get the ball out. All right, Minkah Fitzpatrick. All right, so you have two men underneath. What is two men? You have two high safeties, right? And they're going to take the back end of the field, and then everybody underneath is going to be man-to-man. But here is where the confusion is for the quarterback. Baker Mayfield thinks to himself, all right, if I have man-to-man coverage, I'm going to have that in-breaker route to my tight end. Look at Minkah Fitzpatrick. What is he looking at? He's looking at Baker Mayfield's eyes, right? And I've always said good quarterbacks, they move safeties with their eyes. Minkah Fitzpatrick literally just sits there and waits because he has baited Baker Mayfield into throwing a ball. The corner is underneath because he knows he has help over the top, and Minkah takes advantage. He is one of the most opportunistic DBs. Forget about DBs. He is one of the most opportunistic players in the NFL. And that right there proves that it's not just about the physicality of the game, but also the IQ. Okay, T.J. Watt, fourth quarter, 8 seconds left. The Ravens are down by 4. Lamar Jackson wants to do something spectacular. Have you ever watched a football practice and you see guys running around a tire? And you're like, why are they running around a tire? That's called bending the corner. Watch this. He goes up and underneath the outstretched arms of the tackle. And then he also realizes, all right, he has length on me, but I have arms and I can disrupt this pass. All right, so if the tackle has hands on T.J. Watt, I can get to Lamar Jackson before he lets go of that ball. And check this out. puts his hand right on his heart, like he's checking his heartbeat. All right, next play. There's still a chance for the Ravens to win. Minka Fitzpatrick, he knows where they have to go. They have to score a touchdown. So anchor yourself on the goal line. You ever watch a play and you're like, why are you so deep in the goal line? Or why are you not in the end zone? He's perfectly placed. He reads the eyes once again. There's actually an open wide receiver on the top of the screen, but Minka Fitzpatrick knows where Lamar's going because Lamar was staring down Willie Snead the whole time. Minka Fitzpatrick, he almost intercepts the ball. Check out this angle right here. Opportunistic, explodes up, physical with the shoulder, but then also tries to intercept the ball. Yep, and then he blows a kiss goodbye after a big win. So for me, you're looking at this defense, and there's a ton of guys that I can name. It's not just those two. But as far as Defensive Player of the Year considerations, Minka Fitzpatrick is as good as it gets. And T.J. Watt, like I said, all respect to J.J., who's been balling as of lately. I mean, just look at yesterday, T.J. Watt is the best Watt in all of football. So that's my Burleson for this week. Kyle, what's up?
Thank you, Professor. I loved it. But one thing that always bothers me is no one can get through a segment on T.J. Watt without somehow bringing up J.J. Watt. That said, I want to bring up J.J. Watt, Nate. Set aside what he did last night for a second. You were in the league when J.J. was winning Defensive Player of the Years. He was the baddest man on the planet. Right now, from what you're seeing, is T.J. as good as J.J. was in his prime?
No, because it was a different type of dominance. J.J. was hands on the ground, getting after the quarterback, and he could pretty much do what he wanted to on that defense. The defense literally was catered around J.J.'s skill set. TJ's a little bit different in the sense that he's a little bit slimmer, a little bit lighter, but they use him in a variety of ways. Of course, he's going to get after the quarterback. That's just what the Watts do when they're playing defense. But you can also drop him into coverage, which makes him a very unique talent. But I would say in a couple of years, he's going to have that same type of dominance. But, you know, for J.J. Watt, what was he, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year? I'm not even sure TJ can do that. But right now, he is one of the best young talents in all of football.
All right, Nate, I'm going to put you on the spot here because I know you love being put on the hot seat here. Defensive Player of the Year vote is coming right now. You've mentioned both these guys could possibly get him. Jalen Ramsey's having this great season out there. Would you put your vote on one of these two players 11 weeks into the season for Defensive Player of the Year?
For sure. Yeah, you would have to, right? Because the offense looks good, but it's the defense that has been consistent. I'm talking about from week 1.